Hey there guys, Ignite the Fire here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Schooled for Game Show, where I go back to all of the old Skylanders games and put the old Skylanders into battle classes like the Senseis in the Skylanders Imaginators. Now this series is centralising around Bowslingers, which fit into the same class as Bookshot or Wolfgang. Now this class is much more smaller than most others because most characters do not fit into this class, but this time around we have lots of Skylanders which fit into this class based on weaponry alone. So starting off with Flameslinger, the original Bowslinger of Skylanders. He fits this class quite well because not only is he very accurate from a distance with his bow and arrow, but that's also his weaponry of choice, a bow and arrow. And he fires them with accuracy despite being blindfolded, so that accuracy in his skill set definitely solidifies him as a Bowslinger, and of course weaponry on top of that most certainly does help. Now I was saying in my previous Schooled video how Bowslingers don't just need a bow and arrow, they can also have a slingshot like Shroom Boom right here. Now what makes Shroom Boom a great Bowslinger is the fact that he can keep his distance and fire off his spores using his little slingshot and still have pinpoint accuracy nonetheless. So not only is the look of his weapon fitting off a Bowslinger class, but also the skill set he has while using it. But then moving on to our Swap Force representative of the Bowslinger class, we have Punkshock, who didn't fall over this time like that failure. I'm joking, I actually love Shroom Boom, don't judge me. But anyway, point is, what makes Punkshock a Bowslinger is for similar reasoning to Shroom Boom, and that's for weaponry alone. She uses a crossbow, and she fires that from a distance, meaning that she has pinpoint accuracy from afar. So that skill set and for crossbow weaponry itself solidifies her as a Bowslinger nonetheless. And not to mention, if we actually look at her weapon right here, there could actually be a string added to that part, so it's really does add to the whole bow and arrow aesthetic of her crossbow weaponry. But finally, our last Bowslinger to come out of Skylanders before Imaginators was Snapshot, who not only fits this class but also the Knight class because he has a sword bow and arrow, so his bow and arrow doubles as a bow and a sword, but it centralizes around being a bow. And the fact that his whole weaponry has that aesthetic to it of Traptanium, emphasizing the fact that it is bow-like. Even his mold for his figure makes it look more like a bow than a sword, means that he's got to be a Bowslinger because he centralizes around using his weaponry as a bow and arrow and not a sword, mind you. So although he fits the Knight class as well, he's more of a Bowslinger than anything because his skill set, firing pinpoint accurate arrows from a distance, is what really solidifies him as a Bowslinger. And the fact his weapon is emphasized as bow and arrow and not a sword bow and arrow does help with the fact that I feel like Snapshot should be a Bowslinger more so than anything. So yes, there's your Bowslinger characters, each with their own unique weaponry. But all fitting under the same class right here. So like I said before, this might be a smaller battle class than most of us, but it's still a battle class all the more. So let me know in the comment section below whether you would add or remove any Skylanders for this battle class, and I'll be seeing you for the next episode of School. But until such a moment, peace.